It's one of the most important and one of the most scrutinized terms of the year was the U.S. Women's Open.
The controversy with Bedminster as a host venue started before Trump was even elected.
Some of his comments about women during the campaign, some of the allegations about how he treated them, of course the famous Access Hollywood tape.
Whether you like him or not, he's been this divisive figure along racial, gender lines.
You wondered if the USGA would keep them as the host of the event.
And secretly in Far Hills, New Jersey, they were hoping he would lose the election and all this would sort of go away. But of course, he didn't lose the election. Well, he kind of lost the election. Nevertheless, Donald Trump became president of the United States, and the Women's Open was on his golf course.
You end up with a golf tournament that turns into something other than a golf tournament for that week.
The dynamic at the golf course was very strange.
There's been many presidential golfers, but never one to own a golf course that's the site of a major championship.
The first sitting president ever to attend a women's U.S. Open, perched in a glass cage overlooking the golf course.
This makeshift skybox behind the 16th green. I vividly remember on Friday, Lexi Thompson and Stacey Lewis coming by. All the fans were looking in the other direction, sort of gawking at the president up in his box. It made for a situation I'd certainly never seen at a golf tournament before.
We're talking about him instead of talking about these great women players.
There was an expectation that some of the women might object to having Donald Trump as the de facto host of their tournament.
It put them in a no-win position. If they criticized the president, there was going to be a lot of blowback. If they didn't say anything, they were looked at as ducking the issues. And so
most of them chose to stay out of politics. You know, their goal was to win that week, and it was hard to blame them for that.
You had a golf tournament as one event. You had the president in a box as sort of its own show. And then there were protests down the street.
Local library, there was some protesters down there. A few showed up on Sunday on the golf course.
And yet he still made the scene at Bedminster for the better part of 2.5 days. He tweeted 8 times about it to tens of millions of followers. And he made what is kind of a small tournament in the larger scheme of things into a very big deal.